Both a peer tutor and mentor, he freely gives his time and talent to others. President of the National Honor Society and Multicultural Club, editor for the Mischief Literary Magazine, and member of innumerable honor societies, his intellect, leadership, and willingness to serve has certainly left his mark on McIntosh. I've been in English and orchestra with him for many years, and he's always stood out from the rest of the class. In English, his discerning, critical eye as a reader and poetic pen as a writer set him above the rest, and I'm frequently amazed by his insight and eloquence. And his musical talent's no small feat either. In addition to being an accomplished violinist, his prowess on the piano earned him a place in the prestigious Governor's Honors Program this past summer. Attending the University of Georgia next year to study either English or music, he's sure to hone his talent to yet greater heights, undoubtedly bound for success. Ladies and gentlemen, graduates, friends, family, and faculty, it's my great pleasure and pride to announce the valedictorian of the McIntosh class of 2015, Alex Tchaykov.
Thank you, Ryan. And good evening, McIntosh High School class of 2015, parents, faculty, and staff. И добър вечер на баба ми, който дошъл чак от България, за да види този много специален момент.
Thank you, Alex.
That's for my grandma. She has come all the way from Bulgaria to witness this graduation. And I couldn't love her anymore. I played a blind guessing game with the topic of this speech for a while, but naturally it came down to two options in the end, as it always does when one is playing that dreadful game called multiple choice. Both, in my opinion, equally tantalizing. The answer to the universe, I mean, then we could all just go home, right? Or vanilla pudding, because apparently today is National Vanilla Pudding Day. Unfortunately, I've searched my entire soul and wallet, and unfortunately I've come to the conclusion that I cannot offer you either of these tonight. Sorry. I guess all I really can offer you is some new rewording of what has already been said and will continue to be said for thousands of years, a few failed attempts at being funny, and a pat on the back if you come see me after this. I have a question for everybody here tonight. It's not something you could memorize. It's not multiple choice. It's not a trick question either. Who are you? I mean, go ahead. Who are you? I'm not asking for your name or your number or your job. I'm asking the question that has eluded people for centuries. The question that forces us to look at the very essence of being a human being. But first, high school. There was this thing called change, and it happened. Some of it apparent, some of it absolutely imperceptible, and at this very moment, it is still taking place. I walked in here with a scary ambition, and I'm walking out quite uncertain of what lies ahead. There was another thing called the Sky Bridge, and yet another called the senior procession through the Sky Bridge. There were long nights, really long nights. There was creation of IF and destruction of IF. Good and bad, though I'll leave those to your judgment. Victories for clubs, organizations, and sports, and failures when we failed. Drama on stage, and much more off it. There was laughing, sometimes hysterically because sleep deprivation. There was crying, let's not forget the infamous shoot for your grade lab. There was awe. There is some real star talent in this audience. There was panic when a certain ice storm hit and became the infamous snowpocalypse. There was whining, and plenty of cheese to go with it, thanks to Miss Hanson. We said hello to new faces, new ideas, new friendships, and we said goodbye to someone who will be extremely missed at this school. Someone who never stopped at the chance to smile and say good morning and spark up a conversation and cheer us all on. Someone by the name of Miss Carolyn. The entire spectrum of emotion, I tell you, right here on this very campus, right here side by side with war over the color of a certain dress, and competition thanks to the help of the drug called Infinite Campus, an exploration Yeah, we learned some stuff. Indeed, you have lived out but a chapter of human history, with many more to go. Our journey has only just begun. And now, it's about to be thrust into the big wide world. There are all kinds of horror stories about that place. The harsh reality that crushes all hopes and dreams, the machine that grinds the individual, the breeding grounds of murder, disease, and heartache. But hey, we still have that question to answer, right? Who are you? That's top priority. That's the driving force that's going to get us through all this mess. There isn't a nice, neat blank waiting at the side of this question. The answer is not a word, or even several words. It is a profound experience called life. But there is no need to fear. So many before us have gone on this journey. Who? Well, you remember all those stories about heroes going on these larger-than-life adventures trying to find something? Odysseus, Luke Skywalker, Harry Potter, Simba, Shrek, Dorothy, even SpongeBob. Why are we so drawn to them? Why do we always tell their stories? Because they are reflections of our own experiences. That's right, you, yes, you, are a hero with your own story waiting to unfold, believe it or not. And this three-word question I have posed, who are you? It ignites the telling of this story. It is what we all are after in the end, knowing ourselves. All paths lead inward, you know? Of course, there will be challenges on your path, as all heroes come to face. And from here, your journey could spin out in any direction at all. There will be brutal struggles with society. There will be times when you have absolutely no idea what just happened or what may lie ahead. There will be regrets aplenty. But here's a piece of advice. Go with it, and love to go with it. For every bump you may hit along the way, there is a reason, and there is something to be learned. When you fall from the highest cliff, dive. I dare say, be thankful for evil and all its cousins, because we would not know good without them. At the darkest moment comes the light. Do you know how boring a story would be without a little danger? Don't make an enemy out of life, because honestly, it's on your side. And I know it doesn't feel that way sometimes, but I beg you, do not take the easy way out and go down a path not yours for the sake of wealth or status or any other thing that is so inevitably fleeting. That's like reading someone else's story for your entire life because you didn't believe in yours. Sure, heroes will face self-doubt in their purpose at some point, but when that moment does happen for you, remember that your life is as unique and mysterious and full of possibility as infinity or an electron or music, or any other phenomenon that at its core escapes all attempts at human definition. I mean, these are the things, the unknown things which seem to make the sea flow and the stars shine, and you are a part of them. There is wonder in this world and in yourself. You just have to choose to see it. Time will change all but the timeless. All this to say, believe in the painful twists and turns. Believe in the transformations you will undergo, because they will lead you to your happiness, to your bliss. Laugh often, because life is a beautiful thing. A terrible thing, an absurd thing, an incomprehensible thing as the human soul has spoken for ages, but a beautiful thing just the same. You may be asking by this point why I'm giving you a philosophy lesson here. And that is because I feel you have the right to know that thinking about our world and your place in it is not limited to the likes of some hermits deep in the woods or some old bearded guys in an ivory tower. For some reason, there is the perception today that asking questions which do not yield to some general consensus are not important to our society. But you know, maybe some questions aren't meant to have an answer. Perhaps they simply remind us what it means to be alive. So be alive. In school, we have been taught to find the right answer, cross out the wrong ones, and move on as the clock ticks unrelentingly. But as we go out into this world, we may not even know what the question is to begin with. Do not spend your time trying to find all the answers. Celebrate that we cannot explain everything, that there are still journeys to be had and stories to be told, that mystery and uncertainty are alive and well, that life is, and that you are. Congratulations, class of 2015. We did it.
The Ray Kroc Youth Achievement Award